Hello, I'm Jarrett, Principal Lean Strategist and Consultant at Lean Strategies. Today I want to talk about lean implementations in IT organizations, and to briefly start out, I'd like to revisit history first. Everybody recognizes this picture. It's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Interestingly enough, it's got a lot of similarities between what we're going to talk about today with lean implementations in IT. The construction of this tower started in 1173, and in the first 5 years of its construction, the building started sinking on one side. And this was due to the fact that the foundation was only about 3 meters deep, and it was seated in weak and unsettled soil. The interesting fact about this is, though, that over the next 172 years, they continued to build on a foundation they knew would never be right. After many attempts at reinforcing it with weights and dirt and different things like that, the tower was stabilized at its current tilt of 3.97 degrees. While the concept of lean manufacturing has been around for a while, lean implementations within IT are fairly new, and they end up a lot like this tower because they're sinking and they're built on unstable foundations. Most of the lean IT implementations that we see are built on a few of the concepts surrounding the 7 deadly waste, but a real true system of pull that represents the customer's orders and one that facilitates flow while reducing the waste never really materializes. Consequently, the culture is not created and processes can't be maintained or repeated. So lean IT ends up being built on a shaky foundation that never really rights itself. So why do a lot of these lean implementations fail? In a nutshell, it's our experience that the way they start their lean journey is the culprit. It's critically essential that we have 2 foundational elements in place to start a lean journey. The first is that the processes have to be under control. This can't be your first foray in monitoring servers or different things like that. And so basic disciplines involving quality control, material handling, and setups and different things like that have to be in place. Secondly, the 12 common failure modes can be kind of distilled down into 3 categories. The first being, you gotta have top management leadership buy-in. It's a radically different way of looking at things and solving problems, so it's important to have that buy-in from top management. People issues, they come and they go, but most of them are centered around learning something new, learning the new language associated with lean. But the key and primary thing is the deployment methodology. We find out that the way people start is really the big top reason that a lot of these implementations fall flat. So you have to start with the right foundation in order to build a lasting structure. That's the takeaway here. Many lean practitioners have some one-off on this slide. The basic premise is that there's a continuous cycle of activities that our organizations have to practice in order to create a culture of lean and not just end up with the flavor of the month. These are the keys that really give the pattern matching methodology its power. But where do you start? A lot of people have this as a common sticking point. The execution strategy that we use at Lean Strategies is a blueprint that have created a number of stable, lasting lean IT cultures. So the first thing you got to do is start immediately. You want to start with the as-is metrics that represent the voice of the customer. No matter how bad they are, you want to get them up, make them visual right away. The second thing is to pick the right pattern for the work that you do. This is the Lean Strategies pattern matching methodology that we coach and teach in our seminars. Thirdly, you want to use the out-of-the-box tools that go with that pattern. A lot of organizations waste a lot of time with trial and error methods on a myriad of lean tools available to solve problems. But one size doesn't fit all, and certainly one tool doesn't fit all sizes. Lastly, after that, you're ready to do lean. The whole concept of eliminating waste, establishing pull and a cadence to customer demand, and creating one-piece flow systems naturally kind of fall into place at this point. So you want to always remember to relentlessly pursue perfection and chase continuous improvement here. So the big dismount. The takeaway here is that Lean can be implemented in knowledge work type organizations such as IT. Use of a pattern matching methodology aids in successful startup, and it really quickly adds value to the organization. The way you approach this is going to allow a more out-of-the-box, commercial off-the-shelf approach, and it allows organizations to quickly establish a lean culture by taking advantage of what we all know is our greatest resource, the untapped employee creativity, the people. So thank you for listening, and we look forward to working with you at Lean Strategies.